we have any public input of any items this evening related to Avon Lake? Good, sir.
Again, Greg Beck, 722 Waterbury Court. Just wanted to follow up on our discussion last week. To date, we have not yet heard other than the fact that the city is pursuing an appeal on the case regarding the injunction. As I mentioned last week to you, the grave concern to us, and several citizens have mentioned this to us, that this is the intent to award something like this to Mid-States Recreation after they admitted under oath to falsifying their representation of Sourcewell's cooperative purchasing program to potentially cost the city an additional nearly $70,000 for this inappropriate behavior. To feel that this is still an appeal, the concern from us is that the city still would intend to move forward with the company that deliberately misled this chamber and misled the representatives of the city to such a great degree that they should quite honestly be eliminated from that position and the opportunity to serve this city. I think it's important that no matter who you choose, they ethically represent themselves in terms of how they do business. That being said, I also am going to inform the council that based on the occurrences and what my family and what my company has gone through in terms of public ridicule from people associated with this program and the misrepresentation of how we went forward and fought this was not a matter of sour grapes. This was a responsible adult approach to making sure people were treated well in the city. That has awoken me personally. So I am announcing today that we are going to be coordinating a citizens committee and that we're going to be actively involved in these kind of matters moving forward. In addition, we are going to, one of the first things that we will be placing on our agenda is to revisit some of this, some of the sections of our charter, our city charter, and how it is executed. Our neighbor city, Westlake, I believe, elects certain positions that this city still appoints. I think appointing certain positions in this city creates a natural conflict and a natural question of where loyalties lie. The loyalties in this city should lie with the citizens, not with protecting mistakes made within this chamber. This particular playground project should have required, as we all know, this isn't new. We all know what a bid package looks like. When something goes to bid, it's usually a stack of paper about this big with all the legalese in it. This project moved forward with an email. No specifications, no criteria, none of that. That should all be handled by all the parties involved in this. Every step of this, from council to council president to legal director, law director, should have all touched this thing before it ever came out to guys like us. The fact that it didn't is clearly negligent. And to then have that negligence take place, and then the city expends additional funds to the law firm where the law director is a partner, seems to me like a conflict. To financially reward a law firm who one of the partners played a role in the injunction actually taking place by not providing the proper legal representation and documentation on this matter before it went to bid is questionable at best, or at least. The people need to know that there's not going to be a reward for not performing the job the way it's supposed to be done. Now we're in an appeal, spending money on an appeal for a company that should not be doing business with us ethically at this point. That ship has sailed. And we as citizens and my citizen organization will fight that should that attempt to move forward to still use Mid-States Recreation. I think that one's off the table, guys. Like it or not, that's where it's going to go. So you're welcome to continue to do that. So we also are going to file and collect the petitions necessary to revisit the charter so that something like this doesn't occur again, where the city's throwing good money after bad to defend bad policy. So with that said, I hope the city can at this point at least give the citizens a better idea of what is intended in terms of moving forward with this. Do you intend to still use Mid-States Recreation after this incident? Do you intend to still move forward without proper documentation and criteria in place for this project? Those are answers the citizens do need an answer to. It's been 2 weeks since the injunction's been served, and it's been months since this whole process began. I don't think it's unreasonable at this point for the citizens of Avon Lake to expect an answer. Thank you.
this evening. Okay, with that, does anybody have any announcements?
Thank you, Mr. Council President. Mr. Esborn